Women gain social influence through their roles as mothers, transmitters of culture, and parents for the next generation. But whatever role they play, they are magical and are a winner. Today we have someone so special on our show. She is famously known as Marvelous Mrs. D'Souza. Well, you must have guessed it right. Yes, I am talking about Nyla Masood. She is a costume designer in the Bollywood film industry and presently has played the part of Maureen D Souza in the film The Lift Boy, streaming presently on Netflix worldwide. Let's have a look.
Hi, my name is Nyla Masood. I'm a costume designer and actor in the film industry. I'm greatly honored to be on this platform today, and I'd like to thank Sadaf Rizvi for inviting me to be a part of this Women's Influencers group.
Hello Nyla, welcome to Women Influencers Talk Show. Firstly, congratulations on your great success. I have personally seen the film and I must tell you, it's a film with a heart and a soul.
Thank you.
Well, there is no limit to what we as women can achieve, and you are a living example of it. So when you were offered this film or when you were narrated about it, did you accept it immediately or did you take time to think about it?
Of course I said yes. It was a wonderful opportunity for me. And how many times do you actually hear of women at the age of 60 playing a protagonist? I mean, do we have roles like that in the Indian cinema? No. So it was an opportunity of a lifetime and I grabbed it the moment I got it.
Absolutely. Your honesty and warmth reflects in the role of Maureen DSouza. Now, how will you describe Maureen DSouza in your own words?
Maureen DSouza was an artist by profession. She was very close to her husband, so they shared a very good rapport, but they couldn't have children, so that was one regret she always had. And by the way, the role of Colin D'Souza, Maureen's husband, was played by my husband, my real life husband. So, although she was strict, she was also very gentle. And that is why after her husband passed away, she became very lonely. And when Raju came into her life, it was a big thing, and she wanted to go all out to help him achieve his goals, be a good human being. She was firm and yet very gentle, had a heart of gold, because you realize that she has seen Raju throughout his school and college without him knowing about it. So it wasn't like she was making a big deal about it.
Heart of gold. Well, this is just not a quote, but something which is so relatable to Nyla Masood. So Nyla, were you given some kind of a briefing for this character?
The briefing that I got about the character from Jonathan was pretty much what I thought of Maureen, which was strict, upright, good Christian lady, caring, and lonely. Yes, she was lonely.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a little dark shade of your character. Now, guys, I'm so honored that Jonathan Augustin, the creator, producer and director of The Lift Boy, has something to say so pleasant about our favorite Nyla, as known as Maureen DSouza.
Hi, this is filmmaker Jonathan Augustin. For me, Nyla Masood is the Marvelous Mrs. Masood, or in other words, the Marvelous Mrs. D'Souza, because she plays the female lead in my film The Lift Boy, streaming worldwide on Netflix, and she's amazing. She brings that character Maureen DSouza to life with panache and grace. And for me, Nyla Masood defines the word superwoman. She is talented, she is hardworking, she's a multitasker, she is driven, she is caring, she's compassionate, she's a social uplifter. She uplifts the lives of everyone she works with, that is. In addition to that, most importantly, she uplifts the life of 60 to 70 underprivileged kids through her NGO, Dhai Akshar. And for me, Nyla Masood defines the word superwoman. So the marvelous Mrs. D'Souza, the marvelous Mrs. Masood, keep rocking. You're a true superstar. Keep caring. And the most beautiful thing about you, Nyla, is that you genuinely want everyone around you to succeed. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Jonathan, I ditto that completely. She surely is a lady of selfless charm. So Nyla, what type of training did you had to undergo before taking this role? Because you've had no formal training in acting, so to say.
Jonathan, our director, was very clear about how he saw Maureen. And because of that, I was very clear about how he was perceiving Maureen. So he gave me a couple of things to work on. He told me to watch a couple of films, like he told me to watch 100-Foot Journey and observe Helen Mirren's body language. Then he asked me to watch Grand Budapest Hotel, in which he said, he wanted me to observe Gustavo and how he walks and how he spoke and his dialogue delivery and very blah, 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 like that, very prim and proper, because that's not my personality. So I had to work on all these things. Besides that, I think the whole chemistry that you see between Raju and Maureen, we were encouraged to spend a lot of time together. So Raju used to come over to my house and we used to chill, we used to talk about life, we used to discuss each other's experiences. And that helped a lot in building that bond between him and me. So yes, we rehearsed a lot, we corrected each other, and Jonathan and his ADs were all there to help us out with the rehearsals.
Oh yes, Mrs. D'Souza's and Raju's character was so seamlessly interwoven that one could hardly believe that you all were working together for the very first time. So, working with fresh talent, what was it like?
So it's not working with fresh talent that makes a difference, because every film is different. Even if you're working with people who are from the industry, every film is new, every experience is new, because the team is never the same. There are always new people, new technicians, new actors that you're working with. In this case, Jonathan, I think he was the youngest director I've ever worked with. Yes, he was 28 years old when he made this film, and this was his first feature film. But the wisdom that he showed and the clarity that he had about the film and how he wanted every frame, it was a pleasure to work with him, and a pleasure to work with Maureen as well, because since it was our first film, we were all very enthusiastic and very much into it, and gave it 101%.
Right. As they say, all is well that ends well. Now, though it was a first timer for most of you, but I must tell you, you can give a run to the most experienced ones. Now, let's see what Moin Khan, the person who played the role of Raju in the film Lift Boy, has to say about his favorite Nyla Masood.
Hi, this is Moin Khan, and I'm here to tell you a very special story about a very special person that I've known. My first leading actress, Mrs. Nyla Masood. तो ये स्टोरी है हमारी शूटिंग के पहले हम रिहर्सल्स के लिए हर सुबह मिलते थे 9:30 के आसपास, और शुरुआत में तो मैं बहुत सरप्राइज रहता था, क्योंकि मैं तो सुबह उठता था और सीधा मुंह धो के सीधा जाता था रिहर्सल्स के लिए, एंड शी'd बी फ्रेश, एंड उनका लैपटॉप खुला है, उनके नोट्स चालू है, एंड मैं पूछता था व्हाट हैव यू बीन डूइंग इन द मॉर्निंग, एंड शी'd बी लाइक आई जस्ट थॉट 2-3 घंटे में अपने वो दूसरी पिक्चर के कॉस्ट्यूम्स कर लूँ। फिर हम 3-4 घंटे हमारी पिक्चर की रिहर्सल्स करते थे, फिर लंच करके शी'd गो टू ढाई अक्षर टू वर्क विद ऑल द किड्स फॉर अ फ्यू आवर्स, फिर हफ्ते में 3-4 बार तो शी'd कम बैक टू द ऑफिस, और हम रात तक 11-11:30 तक रिहर्सल्स किए। तो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज दिस लेडी, शी पुट्स हर हार्ट इन एवरीथिंग दैट शी डज, एवरीथिंग दैट इज स्पेशल टू हर, she makes sure she does it every day. It's like a practice, तो there's a lot to learn from her. I wish I can do half of the things she's doing when I'm her age. अभी तो नहीं कर पाऊँगा. तो I love you a lot, Nyla ma'am. You're Raju.
Wow, so much love pouring in. That surely is a live proof of what a great being you are. Hearing such highly acclaimed reviews about your film is an assurance of great work done. So what has been your takeaway from this film?
So the takeaway from this film was that I realized that age is just a number, and even at age 60 you can still find a new profession for yourself. Acting was never on the cards for me. I never thought of it, although in college I did do a lot of acting and all that, but after that it took a back seat. So even though I've been in the film industry for the last 10 years, acting has never been something that I seriously pursued. So when this came my way and it was such an important role, I thought this was the best thing that could happen to me at this age, and it's opened a new chapter for me at this age. So I would say that's the biggest takeaway, that age is never a barrier for starting anything new, for learning anything new.
Oh yes, if you have the skill, age, gender or any other title really doesn't matter. It is a great time for everyone to explore and experiment without the fear of tomorrow. Now, did you experience any kind of barriers in your career, and was it difficult to find recognition in your industry?
So I don't think there was any barrier in my career ever. So if I chose to quit my job, it was only because I decided to quit my job. I wanted to be a full-time mother, be involved with everything that my children did. I gave them all my time. I was part of their school activities. I was always part of the PTA. I was involved with costumes in the school concerts. So in that sense, I guess my career, if you look at it from that point of view, took a back seat. It became second to my child upbringing. But I have no regrets at all, because I really enjoyed what I did, and I'm glad I did, and I think my kids are also very happy and they're proud of me, and they're proud that I'm following my passion of costuming, of acting, and of running my NGO. I'm not sure if women in my profession have a hard time getting recognition. Maybe yes, because there are too many designers, there are too many actors. So maybe recognition doesn't come that easy, but work does. So once you are in the field, it's not so difficult to get work one after the other. I mean, if you choose to do work.
All right.
So it might not be exactly what you want to do, but I don't think there's any dearth of work for people already in the industry. It's difficult to break in initially, but once you're in it, it's not so difficult. And I don't think there's anything like women or men in the film industry, at least not at the costume level. Actors, yes, when they're big actors, then the males get paid more than the females. I've never understood that, but that's a fact.
Sure, every profession has its own calling. And where you are, that is the land of opportunity, Mumbai, they say fate is made every day. Either you make it or you don't. Now, post the release of the film, you were in limelight suddenly. How did you take this sudden fame?
So the film actually released in 2019 in India, in Bombay, Pune, Bangalore. After that, it released in Dubai. It had a big opening. Maureen, Jonathan and I, all three of us had gone for the opening, and it felt great because firstly it was our first film where we were there for the premiere, and a lot of questions, a lot of selfies, so it was a great feeling. Finally, when it got released on Netflix is when a lot of people watched it, and it was we've been getting mails from all over the world, from the smallest of places and the biggest of places, and yes, you feel like a star. Another thing was that it has impacted the audience very well, the kind of messages I'm getting from my fans, it's like I've been a great influence in their lives, and so many of them, so many youngsters who've told me that my character has changed their lives, and they wish that they had a Maureen in their lives. So that feels so good, that somewhere the film has done something for the youth.
Right. That thought process surely comes from experience. Now let's go a little into your past. How was this transition from being a costume designer to being an actor like?
Transition from costume designer to actor. Okay, so I would say as an actor you're on top of the food chain. So you can feel that difference because as a costume designer, no matter how much experience you have, you're still a costume designer carrying your thellies when you're going for shoot, working long hours. But as an actor, you have, everybody's around you, everybody's fussing over you, everybody's making you feel like a queen. So it's been a great experience. But having said that, doing costumes is something that I'll never give up. It's something that I've been trained to do. It's something that I've worked hard on for the last 10 years. So it's always going to be there, as hopefully acting too.
Of course, and all the very best to you. We are eagerly waiting for your next film to release. You have also had the experience of working with a Hollywood crew in your film Umrika as a costume designer. So what has been your experience?
So working on the film Umrika was a totally different experience because the way our industry works here is quite different from the way Hollywood works. I think they are much more professional, they give you more time. It's not like everything is required like yesterday. So you have enough time to prep, which is great because most of our films here in India, in Bollywood, you don't have enough time to prep unless they're big budget films like Sanjay Leela Bansali kind of films or Karan Johar kind of films. But in Umrika, we prepped for like 2.5 months for the film before we actually started shooting. And to work with a foreign crew is very different. They're very particular about every little thing, every little detail. Colors matter, palettes matter, mood boards. There was a lot of learning in Umrika. Actually, every film you're learning, but Umrika was different because of the crew being foreign. So a lot of Hollywood elements came into the film.
Right. You have been there and done that, and your experience that you're sharing is gonna be like a checklist for most of the people who are watching this show right now. Now, Nyla also runs an NGO called Dhai Akshar, which is a after-school holistic learning center for underprivileged children in Versova, Mumbai. Today we have with us Ekta Lade, who is the program director at Dhai Akshar Educational Trust, and Umesh Singh, who was their first student at Dhai Akshar and today is a teacher with them. Let's see what they have to say.
Namaste everyone. So today I am going to speak about one of the finest women in my life. So I know her because of Dhai Akshar. We have been working together for the NGO from past 6 years. I can't imagine someone being so patient, so understanding, so loving, and what we have learned together, like Nyla teacher and I, is like हमें उस बात पे बिल्कुल भरोसा हो गया है कि आप अच्छा करोगे तो आपको अच्छा मिलेगा. She is always so confident, she is always pushy, she is always supportive. जितना बोलो उतना कम है उनके बारे में.
Talking about Nyla teacher, first I was a student, and then she opened the NGO for us children like us who can't afford going tuitions after schools. Then she started teaching us and helping us in our school studies. And when I completed my 12th, she asked me to join the NGO as a teacher, as a paid teacher, so that she can also help me financially. And it's been 2 years I'm working with Nyla teacher. So working with Nyla teacher is just an amazing feeling. I mean, I love the way how she works and how she treats her staff. And thank you so much, Nyla teacher, for making me something from nothing.
What a wonderful way to sum it all. Your genius shows in everything that you do, Nyla. So now let's go a little into your past. Who has been the most influential person in your life? And do you make friends easily, or are you a shy type of person?
My mother has been my greatest influence. She was a teacher by profession. She retired as a principal. But she's the one who introduced me to various things. To reading, to dance, to music, and drama. And she made me realize that, to be a whole person, you need to be like this and not like this. So the second influence in my life was my mother-in-law. Unfortunately, both of them are not there anymore. I really miss them, but so much I've learned from them. My mother-in-law was a wise lady, and I think I picked up a little bit of wisdom from her. I think I make friends very easily. I think I'm pretty easy with people, and I like people also very easily. I mean, they don't have to be my kind for me to like them. And I think I have this habit of being in touch with people. So I'm in touch with people I knew when I was 2 years old, 3 years old, and I'm still in touch with them. I'm still in touch with my school friends, my college friends, and my work friends.
That's a lesson we all should learn from you, Nyla. Yesteryear's friends are someone whom we can bank upon any time in our life. So what was the reaction of your family when you chose to work for Bollywood industry, and how supportive were they?
My family has always been very supportive with whatever I've done, whether it was quitting my job when my children were born, or whether it was going back to work once my children were old enough to, to manage on their own. And my husband has also been very supportive, so no complaints.
Okay, you as a person who has a never say die attitude, what advice would you give to all the people who are watching this show?
I don't know if I really want to advise anybody, because today's youngsters are very smart and very focused. But having said that, I would say pursue your dreams, go ahead, work hard, but don't step on anybody's toes. There's room for everybody. Be compassionate, be caring, care for your environment, and care for people who are not as fortunate as you are in every way, and love yourself and learn to respect yourself.
Great. That piece of advice surely counts and means a lot. Your energy, your enthusiasm, and your humble nature rubs onto everyone who crosses your path. What are your thoughts about our Women Influencers group?
I hope this group of women influencers increases by the number and is spread all over the world in every nook and corner. And I hope everybody gets this platform to be able to speak the way I'm doing today. And I'll be sitting and listening and watching. So I wish you all the best, and God bless you. Thank you.
Well, Nyla, I can't thank you enough for taking out your precious time to have a chat with me. I am deeply obliged, and I wish you all the best for your future endeavor. Friends, I'm sure you must have loved today's show just like me. So like, share and subscribe to my channel, and also comment below as to what you feel about the show. Please take care, stay safe, bye bye.